Hi, I'm JT and this is my corner. So I just came back from Publix. I'm wearing my giraffe with the long neck today because I might be sticking my neck in places where it doesn't belong, but this video may be a little long today because I have a lot to say. First of all, I would like to thank all of you followers, nice people, and I love all your comments. I read all of them. And those of you that come here and bash me and say that I'm an old witch, I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, let me just tell you, I earned every single wrinkle the hard way, all right? And when you get to be my age, you'll understand that these wrinkles come from your parents abusing you, your husband abusing you. So yeah, I earned every wrinkle. There goes nothing. So today is day 11 of the Guthrie disappearance, Nancy Guthrie. And although my heart goes out for the family, I'm kind of over it. Last night at midnight, they took someone in custody that they thought was the perpetrator, and it turned out he was just an Uber driver and knew nothing about Bitcoin, nothing about anything, didn't even know who Nancy Guthrie was, and so they let him go. And now he's becoming a superstar, and he's getting his 15 minutes of fame. And now we are back to square one. So it's going to be on TV 24/7. Every news media, CNN, NBC, Fox, PQRS, you all should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed. Yes, you have to bring up the fact that Mrs. Guthrie is missing, but you don't have to do it all day. There are so much other news out there that you're keeping from the public that I don't even call yourself news stations. I mean, what kind of news station doesn't give the news? So, yeah, I think that this Guthrie thing is a cover-up for something because the media, especially the mainstream media, does not want to give you the news. I mean, there are so many things to talk about. News doesn't always have to be bad. It could be good news, but there are news. There's other things to talk about. The wars that are about to erupt. There's Venezuela. There's Cuba. Really? There's the Minnesota fraud. I mean, could you imagine billions of dollars of our money missing into fake child cares and fake, homeless shelters? That there are billions of fraudulent, there are no daycares, there are no homeless shelters, but they got billions of dollars. So that's news to me. Why isn't the mainstream media covering that? Also, since I couldn't sleep, at 3 o'clock this morning, I just read about the Epstein files, the Epstein files, the Epstein file. And Trump is in the Epstein file. And I don't care if you're a liberal or you're conservative or you're an alien. The Epstein files should matter, but they didn't matter for the past 10 years until Trump became president. So why is that, do you think? First of all, Trump is named in the Epstein files because he was friends with Epstein before he found out about Epstein. They had business relations, they bought property. Epstein wanted to be Trump. Because he wanted to be as rich as Trump because Trump was popular, But he did it all wrong. And I think he turned out to be like a CIA agent. Anyway, so Trump is the one that turned him in and said that him and Giselle were evil and that somebody should look into them. And they did. They're in jail and dead and whatever. But all these people screaming about the Epstein files have no idea that Hakeem Jeffries, even after Epstein became a pedophile, solicited him for money for his campaign. Chuck Schumer, you can look up, and Chuck Schumer has had dinner with him several times. I guess he didn't care that he was a pedophile until Trump became president. So I don't want to hear it, all right? All you people screaming about the Epstein files, that's fine. You do your own homework but if you open that can of worms, and it is a can of worms, Not because of Trump, but because so many elite in the world, are on those files, that this could be really a national security, which I don't really give a shit. Let it be. But stop with trying to put Trump under the bus because of the Epstein files. He's not the only one. What about the Clintons? What about the Clintons? So the Clintons have a deposition coming up. And I don't know if you know or not, but it's not going to be good for either one. Not for the Clintons, not for Trump, not for Obama, not for anybody, because Mrs. Clinton, Hillary, is the biggest evil witch on God's green earth. By the way, I am not suicidal. Thank you. So there, I said it. And anyway, I also found out that Ukraine, we're shoveling money to Ukraine. And you know what Ukraine is doing? Oh, you may want to check into this because the news won't tell you. Ukraine is abducting kids. Where are the 300,000 missing children? They're in Ukraine, Mexico, and these places, and they're making juice with the kids for the elites. I know you don't know what I'm talking about, but if you do, the elites have been caught at parties. To my stomach to even talk about it. Got a headache just thinking about it. So there's so much other news, and all these news media need to shut their pie hole unless they're going to come out and tell us the news, okay? So there's hearings that they don't want you to know about. There's Bondi having a hearing about ICE today. There's, by the way, anybody that has an issue with removing an illegal pedophile, somebody who came into our country, has caused trouble, has raped and killed children, any of you that go and stand up for them, well, you need to go back to their country with them, because you should be ashamed of yourself. And the media should be ashamed of themselves for not showing us that Minnesota, all those protesters are protesting illegal child abduction murderers. Just saying, truth. And these pie hole people on the news will not let you think anything bad about illegals. No, there's the auto pen trial, where Biden signed everything with the auto pen, let millions of people in our country. Nobody's talking about that. No. Are you talking about the prices of food? Some people. The prices of gas has gone down, and the price, by the way, lemons grow in the same place on the same tree every year, and the prices have jumped from 50 cents a lemon to $1 a lemon. Why do you think that is? There are no tariffs from America to America, from Florida to Georgia. There's no such thing. All these people that are raising prices on coffee and food and beef, the beef, there's beef in our backyards. Why do you have to raise the prices? Because they see a way to actually get over on the people, because the mainstream media, all you assholes, don't have the nerve to tell us the truth. What they do is they tell you half-truths, and they feed us crap, and we don't have the time to actually look into it. But anyway, where was I? So, the Nancy Guthrie, she's still missing. I fear that she's no longer alive, and I think that they're coming to a dead end. And I'm sorry for the families, but today, the mainstream media needs to just move on and tell us real news, right? All right, guys, later.